everybody, it's the coach, and you're tuned into Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals.
So they be making money. They be
playing the game. I'm Brandon Godden to my left, Charles
lot of people
Davis,
watching
and Charles, you focus on this Bengals strength, so they're trying
advertisement,
to right the ship here a little bit.
money,
they're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance
play the game,
of playing well
it.
and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their
that
defense played last week.
I
they held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. To get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Good move at the 30. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the run.
Yeah, they have a lot of
leaves him with third and just a couple.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
I better get my Bears. I took the Bears plus, I took the Cardinal plus 6.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he pulls it over. So he fought off the tackle.
I was mad. I was watching nervous too, because you know they were trying to get a touchdown, but the Cardinals, but Eddie Jackson took it back. He had intercepted the ball and took it back for a touchdown. They had 16, but it had got called back because Khalil Mack was outside. Man, my heart dropped when I seen that, because it wasn't on TV, so I'm looking at it on my phone on the game cast, and I seen that shit. I said, touchdown! Oh my! He coming back. Woo. I ain't betting on $10.
Dalton gives to Bernard. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
No, I'm going to go for that.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best back...
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Third down, a shot here for...
Oh, damn!
And he's taken down.
Let that nigga get his thing. 2 minus 3.
The little guys like we're watching here are just quicker than
I did
fast.
like
a lot
that.
of them combine quickness and speed.
They was on there.
And they catch a lot
New Orleans was on there, plus 3.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and
Carolina, I had the Giants plus 6 against the Texans. I had Arizona plus 7. And I had Tennessee plus 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping,
they beat them twice last year. I had faith in them. Tennessee beat them twice last year. Yeah, at home and away.
Didn't happen on that play.
I figured 7 points was too much, though. You know what I'm saying? 7 points way too much.
Second down, Dalton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on 3rd down. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll go down at the 28. 4th.
Much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
So I don't know what the hell corner is.
Yeah.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. Look how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
So much for our first points of the game. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I ain't got enough time in the pocket. I want to jump out the pocket, but then if I got the pocket, they see me pop.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. A little dump off for Corral. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. A 1st down throw, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
And I hate him now. Please let me see.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And now out come the Jets. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Oh, Isaiah Crowell.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 50, it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
You got to sit it right there on top of him. But
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a safety the last go-around. That's how we arrived at this 2-0 score. See if they can respond.
Such an oddity, isn't it? See those 2 points go up on the board, knowing
Looks like
that
soccer.
Exactly. And knowing that you did it to give those points up for your team. Now they're just looking to get back out on the field and make up for it.
Throwing. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Dalton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Green's got it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, Dalton. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up the first down?
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Darnold from the gun. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. They're able to locate Wilson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And Green with the catch left side. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Dalton here from the gun. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he stopped immediately there. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City. And okay, ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain.
Coverage is way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold.
But what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Andy Dalton, and Eifert has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Dalton to his big target, Eifert for the Cincinnati first.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. They've got his man complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Dalton to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. This will be Dalton again. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know,
back now in Cincinnati. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And his kick is good. And 2 field goals now mean they take a rare 6-2 lead. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Going underneath for Crowell. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Here's a give to Crowell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's Darnold now on second down. Anuda's got it, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Crowell. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Another chance for Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's Bernard. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization, because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talent. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations. Now it's time for them to be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done. Get the ball to the right people, get out of bounds, and get it downfield and try and score.
Yeah, he's trying to earn his stripes here for a winning drive. He'll look to throw, and he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. A little dump off for Corral. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Darnold. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
The Jets on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That's certainly a